So before we get into this video, I do want to say that I am outside, and a quick disclaimer, there is someone that is getting their house done and noise is happening. So if you hear extra noises and you're a bit distracted, try to stay tuned into this video because I'm really going to give you some really good tips and just ignore all the outside mess, okay? Because this is a beautiful day and I like being outside. So my name is Tyson and this is Owning Purpose, helping young people discover their gift and own their purpose in life through personal growth, breaking limiting beliefs, and spirituality. And today we are talking about spiritual awakening, or what is a spiritual awakening or a spiritual enlightenment. So I want to talk about, specifically, I have two questions on my little notepad that I want to speak about first before we get into this topic. So the first thing is, what is the meaning of spiritual awakening, right? A lot of people who have these spiritual awakenings or these spiritual enlightenment, they're always like, what is the purpose of this? Why am I going through this? What's the meaning of this awakening? Well, the first thing I want to tell you is that you are a spiritual being living in this human realm of this human experience. And what that really means is you are authentically your spirit. You are not, what society or what your ego is. So when you have a spiritual awakening, and what is the meaning of your spiritual awakening? It simply means that you are becoming more conscious, not in the sense of, human consciousness. You are becoming more spiritually conscious. So what does that mean to become more spiritually conscious? Well, for example, for me, when I said in my intro that I was having a spiritual awakening in about the 10th grade, I realized that when I was going to the Christian school, the private school that I was attending, which I talked about actually in my last video, so check out the Awakening Yourself video first if you want to get a little bit of a first-hand or first part to this second part video about spiritual awakenings. Because when I was in the 10th grade, I realized a lot of things at that Christian school that didn't align with me, that didn't align with my spirit. And so I talked about that in my first Awakening True Self video that I just posted last week. So go check that out before you watch this one if you want to get a better understanding of awakening your true self. However, when you're going through this spiritual awakening journey, when you're trying to understand the meaning, it just means that you're becoming more aware of the things around you. So for example, you may be becoming more aware of your friendships, and you may become more aware of the people around you, what you want in your life. All of these different things are indicators of growing in your spiritual life and spiritual awakening or enlightenment. So the next question that I want to ask you is, why did you have these spiritual awakening phases, right? What are these phases about? How do they come about? What is the purpose and the reasoning for them? Now, here's the thing. A lot of times when we go through spiritual awakenings or spiritual enlightenments, a lot of times we don't necessarily know exactly what's going on. So for some of us, we may be dealing with depression, right? We may be feeling a little down like I was feeling. And a lot of times it may be the fact that your spirit needs you to connect back to God, to your guardian angels, to whatever you believe in, and connect to that source, if you want to call it. I don't say source, but whatever you believe in, your source, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, you are here to connect with God, with the universe, with your spirit guides through your spiritual awakening and spiritual enlightenment. So when we think about how do we get through this, there is no really getting through a spiritual awakening or a spiritual enlightenment. It's all about experience. So that's the beautiful thing. A lot of people who don't know what a spiritual awakening is, it's simply just the higher version of yourself. You're getting to know your higher self. So you may ask, how am I getting to know my higher self? Well, it might mean the fact that you're starting to realize, I don't want to work a 9-to-5 job anymore, and now I want to pursue YouTube. Or I don't want to work, a 9-to-5 job anymore. I want to start my own business, right? Or I may want to come out and make beautiful videos like I do. And if you're getting some value out of this video right now, make sure you smash the like button. Helps the channel out a whole lot. Make sure you go down below, also in the description, because I have some wonderful sources that you can check out if you're struggling with this concept of spiritual awakening. So one of the things that I realized too with my own spiritual awakening was social media. I really went through some things a couple of weeks ago that I mentioned actually in the last video that you can check out about awakening your true self. I talked about how my Instagram obsession was really bad, to where I used to look at my numbers, or even on YouTube, I used to look at my numbers, look at my analytics all the time. And I realized that I needed a break from that. Because my spirit was saying, no, Tyson, you gotta come back, you gotta relax, you gotta take care of yourself first. So when we have spiritual awakenings or spiritual enlightenments, we're gonna go through a bunch of emotional things. Some jobs may not work out, or some careers may not work out, or some friendships might leave, or you might break up or divorce from someone, because your spirit is trying to teach you a lesson. So remember that when you have spiritual awakenings, it really means that your spirit is trying to get you to a higher level of consciousness. The universe is trying to get you to a higher level of understanding. God is guiding you, trying to get you to another higher level of understanding a little bit more and a little bit better about how can I be better spiritually, so I can then give a service and provide my best self to the world. So the next thing that you might be wondering is, okay, I got, what a spiritual awakening is. I understand the purpose of a spiritual awakening. I can kind of understand certain symptoms and stages of why I'm going through this. But then number 4 is, how do I move day to day with these spiritual awakening struggles or experiences? And what this really means is that we have to just be patient with ourselves. Patience is key, and loving the experience. One of my spiritual mentors, he says that manifestation is all about experiences, and that it's all about understanding and choosing what do you want and what do you not want. What will you accept and what will you not accept? So it's the same thing with your spiritual awakening. What will you accept? What will you not accept? Will you accept people to keep treating you wrong if you know that down deep inside you're not supposed to? Right? Or you're not supposed to accept that. I said that for my YouTube channel by the end of 2021, that I'm going to have 50,000 subscribers. Now, that is a big, huge goal, and it can maybe seem so unrealistic or not reality. But what I've realized is, if I believe that my spirit is calling me to so much of a bigger assignment, so much of a bigger or broader dream or vision, it may feel uncomfortable. And that's the fun thing and the interesting thing about a spiritual awakening or enlightenment. It's about the experience, and it's about actually understanding that we are not only the creators of our own life, but that when we have something so deep down below in our emotion, so deep down below in our spirit, and when it's being told to us. So when I have certain dreams or certain, visions or certain things that I'm really, wanting to hit, certain goals and visions, a lot of the times they come to me. It's not something that I ask. So I want you to remember that you're not having a spiritual experience, or you're not having an awakening because of just having an awakening. You're having an awakening because your higher power, or the higher version of yourself, or the universe or God, is putting you in a position to where now it's saying it's time to wake up. It's time to understand. It's time to look around you. So I want to ask this question real quick, and comment down below your thoughts. Have you awakened during this pandemic? Have you awakened during this, this period? Go down below and drop a comment and let me know your experience of, have you had a spiritual awakening or enlightenment during this pandemic? Because I want to hear from you. So answer that question down below. Now, here's the reason why I asked that question, is because if you have, which everyone has to some type of degree, it means that you are going into a higher consciousness. And that means that you are awakening to a better version and a better life for yourself. Because this is the thing, God, the universe, it wants to have your back. Your guardian angels, your spirit guides, they want to have your back. They always have your back. They're always protecting you. They're always around you. So if you think about people who are in religion cults, right? If you're in Christianity or you're in Buddhism or whatever, and you hear, them say, God is always watching you, or God is always protecting you, or God is always with you. And then when you talk about sometimes talking to the universe and all those things to those religious people, they freak out. But what they don't realize is that it's the same thing. It's just different terminology. And when you're spiritual, you're able to go so much more deep down. And this is the thing, don't be scared of your spiritual awakenings. Some of you may be seeing visions, or maybe seeing, ancestors or people or whatever it is, and you can't be afraid of your spiritual awakening. You have to know that your spiritual awakening is actually there to help you. It's there to help you to get to that next version and that level of your life. So when you see these visions, I was telling my mom the other day that one of my great grandma who passed away in 2013, I was standing out at a lake, and I love being in nature. And what I've learned is that I connect very well with nature. But when I'm out in nature, I also connect with my guardian angels, I connect with God, I connect with a lot of synchronicities and things that start to come into my reality. And so what I want you to understand is that if you have these, visions of seeing people, or, these visions of maybe seeing, a spirit squirt across water, or something in the ripples that's not normal when you usually see water go by, and you're freaking out and you're scared, don't be scared. Take that as a sign as I am protected, I am being heard, I'm being listened to, and most importantly, I'm being answered. So what you have to understand is that in your spiritual awakening and your spiritual enlightenment, this is all a purpose and a reason to get you to the next level. I had a situation that happened a couple of days ago where a person that I don't really speak to as much anymore asked me questions about things that they really had no business asking. But when I really looked back at that and I said, wow, you know, I used to look at that person and be very mean or judgmental, or I used to be very shady. And now I look at it as I actually feel bad that, you know, you're so focused on me. And so you have to understand that during your awakening, you're gonna be able to shake stuff off. Things that used to affect you years ago are not going to affect you anymore. And so now the awakening is also going on with this whole concept of the Mercury Retrograde right now that's happening, or I'm sorry, the Mercury Retrograde that's happening right. And so that plays a part with the shift of the planets and the shift in the stars and all these different things. You know, I truly believe that if you believe in God, if you believe in the universe, or you believe in spiritual beings, I believe that in this timing right now, 2020 was the turn. You've seen so many things happen in 2020. We had Black Lives Matter protests. We had, you know, the election. We had, you know, the pandemic. You know, we had people just losing jobs and all these different things. That is no mistake. Mother Nature or Earth or whatever you want to call it is having to shift our reality, having to shift spiritual things going on right now, and to connect with us in this human realm. So if you're all confused and you didn't really get much out of that, or maybe it was too deep for you, and you know, I know sometimes spiritual awakenings and spiritual information can be extremely heavy, and it can be almost kind of exhausting sometimes if you are really deep into understanding it. Go back and watch my Awakening Your True Self video. Watch the first part and then come back to this part and check it out. So I just believe that as a spiritual being like you are, you have so much things to offer in this world. You are so great, you're so talented, you have so much to give. People are waiting on you to give out your spiritual gifts. And so if you love this content and you love this channel, make sure you smash the like button. I have a surprise for you right now, so do not click off this video, okay? Because those who stayed are gonna get the surprise. So if you're struggling with your spirit to awakening or spiritual alignment, maybe you're reasoning, or you're realizing that you're getting into your spiritual consciousness, you're understanding that, oh my gosh, this is an amazing, or this is a scary feeling, or I don't know what to do, I have a free ebook for you down below in the description box. It's called The Start to Discovering Your Own Purpose. This free ebook is designed specifically to you to help you to start discovering your gift, to start owning your purpose, and start walking in your purpose of understanding, hey, what is my gift? What do I love to do? What are my interests? What can I, you know, start working on? And there's a specific story in that book that I have dealt with as a premature baby and a premature child that was 1 pound 2 ounces, and I dealt with some things that's in that story, in that free ebook that you can get just to get a little bit closer to me and understand my own story of what I do here on YouTube and why I'm constantly living in my gift and walking in my purpose every single day. So if you love that, make sure you go down below and get this free ebook. Now, if you truly want to dive deeper, you're like, Tyson, I've watched plenty of spiritual videos, I watched your last video, I even possibly got your free ebook, I want to dive deeper with you. Well, good thing for you, I offer one-on-one coaching, so make sure you go down below in the description box, or you can email me right here at TysonMichaelPurpose97@gmail.com, and you can go ahead and set up a one-on-one appointment with me down below in my Calendly link in the description box, or just email me if you have questions, concerns, or things that you want to just ask about any of my services. All of my services are down below in the description box, so you can email me any questions, you can get the free ebook, you can do a one-on-one coaching, and if you don't want to do any of those things, make sure you smash the like button and you subscribe to this channel. Why? Because if you love personal growth, if you're struggling to break down these limiting beliefs, these caging beliefs, these beliefs that don't serve you anymore, if you want to become higher consciousness, if you want to live your life and be happy and be free, if you want to turn your gift and your purpose into profit, if you want to just learn to break away from, you know, societal rules and learn to live freely, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I train and help every single person who is on this channel to live in their purpose. And how do I do that? I help people to discover their gift and unlock the things that they naturally have talents at so that they can pursue the life that they are here to live, okay, through this human realm. So with that being said, I know that was a lot of information. All of my information is down below in the description box. I hope you got some really good value out of this video. Share this, like this video to someone that really needs this type of content. It's so important right now to be spiritually awakened, to educate people about being spiritually aligned, and to continue to keep living in our purpose every single day. So, I'm really sorry for the noises. I could not control that, but I hope that you got some good value today. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Right now, we're currently at like 902, I think it is, but I'm trying to reach 1,000 by the end of March. So if you can help me out, I really, really would appreciate that. By the end of the year, I also want to reach 50,000 subscribers. So let's go, let's build it. But at the end of the day, I really care about you as a person. So make sure you go down below, go in the description box, make sure you get the free ebook today, because if you get the free ebook, you will also get information about the anxiety and overthinking course that I'm coming out with very, very soon, okay? So go down below in the description box. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.